This is my first podcast now, switching over from YouTube to Twitch because I think that the live capabilities of Twitch will allow me to reach a broader audience. I will then be uploading it to YouTube later, but I was feeling as if though YouTube may have been suppressing this political commentary. So, a little about the cultural perspective. I am a young progressive political commentator who wants to focus on psychology, philosophy, political commentary, so on and so forth. I come from a more mixed economy, socialist background, a Bernie Sanders supporter, and all that. But today, the video I want to do for the first video that we are having on Twitch is going to be on Nancy Pelosi and her lack of substance and what the Democratic Party has done with the feckless leadership that has led to the erosion of democratic values throughout this election and basically since about 1980 when the Democratic Party continued to decline away from their FDR values and took root in a more neoliberal, crony capitalist type of way. So I'm going to show this video of Nancy Pelosi and then we'll discuss.
Are you concerned?
Well, first let me say how happy I am about your new baby. How lovely.
Oh, well,
Wyatt, how perfectly named. We all know why that is, and congratulations. And as you now are a father, you see how important it is to keep the world safe for the children. As far as the president is concerned, he's our president, and I would rather he not be taking something that has not been approved by the scientists, especially in his age group and in his, shall we say, weight group, what is morbidly obese, they say. So I think it's not a good idea.
In terms of the State Department Inspector General's firing, I read the letter that you sent to President Trump asking for an explanation. The House Foreign Affairs Chairman is launching, I know.
Okay, so let's come back and discuss. So basically, essentially, what Nancy Pelosi does at the beginning of this conversation with Anderson Cooper is show the entanglement between the media and the Democratic Party. She begins by trying to fluff up the commentator by talking about his baby and trying to get in and good. Listen, I understand you want to have a cordial relationship. Do that behind the scenes, because all this is doing is fostering a relationship where those commentators are not able to accurately and professionally actually discuss with these politicians, but in reality are bending to the knees of these politicians. So we move on a little bit into the conversation. They discuss Donald Trump and the hydroxychloroquine situation. Whatever you think about that doesn't really matter. The next thing that comes up is Nancy Pelosi then decides to take a low blow and call Trump morbidly obese. Now, I don't like Trump, and I understand that man is fat, but if you are a professional politician and the Democrats and the liberals have, for essentially the last 20 years, feigned identity politics, feigned that they are the people that are so sophisticated and above the fray that aren't going to stoop down to that level. When you start to throw underhanded jabs at somebody about being morbidly obese, this doesn't do anything. You can say that Trump is morbidly obese, fair enough, but where were you when Nancy Pelosi, when you reauthorized the Patriot Act that expanded what you claim to be the most dangerous president in modern history? You gave him extended spying powers that were taken away in 2002 by George Bush and were set to expire, yet you decided to allow that to pass through. Why is it that you continue to tell us about how dangerous Donald Trump is, yet you continually approve his military budgets? Why is it that you tell us how dangerous Donald Trump is, yet you give Steve Mnuchin a slush fund that then Trump was able to, and every Democrat knew, was able to override the checks and balances and the stopgates on this fund that was given to these corporations during the COVID-19 bailout? Why did you vote for that? Okay, I understand that Trump is a bad president, but the thing is, when you come to Trump's level, Trump is the master of this. This is why Hillary Clinton lost. Calling people deplorable, stooping to Trump's level and trying to throw names at Trump. I'm sorry, but you do not play Trump in Trump's game. If you try to come to Trump's playing field, it's his home field advantage. He's going to win every time. He knows what to do. He's literally like a despair monster that sucks up all of the hatred that other people have for him. He sucks it up and he just spits it back like a mirror, but he doubles the power because it's Trump's ballgame. He created the playbook, and there's no reason for you to stoop to that level, because all this does is make the Democrats look childish. And the only reason Trump's able to get away with this is because he brings that braggadocious attitude. He brings that Trump-like level, but it's something that Trump can do. And the Democrats, every time that they use hatred against Trump, every time that they're hateful for Trump, every time they go for a down low blow to Trump, he just sucks that in and reverses it on him. He's just a more charismatic actor. He came from a reality TV star. He's a reality TV star, and he knows how to play reality TV. So if you go into a reality TV star's playing field, you're going to lose. Stop giving him the energy. Stop giving him the time of day to have these reversals. Instead, act on policy. Act on not reauthorizing the Patriot Act. Act on not giving this military funding. Act on actually being strong on these COVID-19 bills and not capitulating to Republicans and all of this and that. But this is the thing. This is the illusion. It's this feigning as if though we are the superior party. Feigning as if though we are the moral party. But in reality, these people are no better than Trump. They are neoliberals at heart who only care about their donor class, yet soften it up with rhetoric. And that's why Trump keeps winning, because his rhetoric, he has mastered the game of rhetoric. His reality TV show charisma has transferred over, and the Democrats seem to consistently just not understand how to fight with him and instead get stuck in the weeds, get stuck in the mud, and he turns it around on them. So, guys, this has been kind of my first episode on Twitch. I made it a short one. I've been trying to get everything up. I'm going to be getting a green screen eventually once I move to Denver in July. I'm going to be getting a new camera because I know this camera quality is not great. But, and I say I have some comments here, and I'll get to those in a second. I just want to spread my message. So if you liked what you see, come back for the next time. I'm going to try to keep doing this. The next video I'm going to do is on the "You Ain't Black" comment by Joe Biden. But then I'm going to do another video later discussing Michael Bloomberg and his funding of the Democratic Party and how that has eroded actual democracy and continues to throw power into the hands of the elites, which the Democrats at one point were the party of the people, but they have since fallen off of that. I then might do another video discussing deeper into that Charlemagne the God episode with Joe Biden and look at some underrated things that were not talked about during that interview, because everybody got stuck on that "You Ain't Black" comment, but in reality there was a lot in there that was very, very awful, a lot of dementia speak. I mean, let's be honest, the man's losing his mind, so on and so forth. But all right, let's see what we got here for comments. We got Witter 32, what's up? What's going on? You know, just Weederman 32, we're just out here trying to get this podcast rolling. Thank you for stopping in. Glad you stayed the time. Share it with your friends. And I'm going to try to keep making the content better and better, so I'm hoping that you'll stay along for the ride. And if you ever have any questions or you have any comments related to what I've been saying about anything that's been discussed in this video, be fair to share them. And at the end of the video, I'm going to try to discuss them with you because, you know, I want to get this an audience building. I want to get some networking up, and I want people to feel as though this is a home. And I want to be able to talk with my guests, and hopefully that the viewers, and hopefully make them seem like guests, and bring it into the foray so we can kind of make a good, cohesive environment between me and anybody that's watching. So until next time, guys, see you. This has been The Questionable Perspective.